In this screencast, we're going to deal with the question, how do we make the full frame of an image fit in an 8x10 print without cropping the image? I have the Rose ordering software running, and here's an image I chose that I think really works well to illustrate this problem. So how do we make an 8x10 print from this image? It's not as easy as just plugging it into the 8x10 print because we cropped the image too tight in the camera. Here was a scene, and we zoomed in to get the subject to fill the frame, and we captured this exact image. So let's go back to the Rose ordering software, and you can see the problem that we created for ourselves when we shot it too tight. In a 4x6 it looks great, but if we pull up an 8x10, you see what happens. How the image gets cropped. Our composition is gone. We envisioned it like this, with a little space between the bride and the edge of the print. But look what has happened over here. We've lost one of the bridesmaids completely, and look how far we cropped in, halfway into the second person. So that's the problem. How do we fix it? I've got 3 solutions. But first, I just want to point this out for anyone who doesn't have a handle on it. Most digital SLRs shoot in what we call a 3:2 aspect ratio. That means your image is a rectangle that fits a 4x6 print. So if we shoot this tight and have people or important subject matter right at the ends of the rectangle, we're going to have a very tough time printing other sizes that are more square, like an 8x10, 11x14, 16x20, 20x30. Nearly all the popular frame sizes are more square than the 4x6 image that our camera shoots. So when you shoot, think about the shape of the prints that you're going to want to sell. Our first solution to fix this problem is print an 8x12. An 8x12 is the same aspect ratio as our camera's image sensor. We said our camera shoots to fit a 4x6. Well, that's the same shape or proportions as an 8x12. Look at it again. An 8x10 crops the image, but an 8x12 fits the image from our camera perfectly. But keep in mind that if we give the customer an 8x12 print, and what they wanted it for was an 8x10 frame, their scissors will do the exact same thing as the software. Just like we would have to crop the image in Rose, they'll have to trim the print to fit in their 8x10 frame. I know, right? It's too obvious. But sometimes some people don't see the obvious, and this whole deal of scaling and proportion, it gives them fits. Our second solution is to use the crop or fit selector. Notice right now we're set to crop. The 8x10 print size is cropping the image, right? Click the crop or fit selector, and it changes so that the image reduces to fit into the 8x10 print. Now, the problem with this solution is these big fat white spaces at the top and bottom of the print. Those will be on your 8x10 print from the lab. It will look like this in the frame. So still, I think that could be a better solution than this, where we crop people out of the image, don't you? I told you 3 solutions. The third is to build open space around the image, like a fake mat area in the print. It's easy to do. Turn the pager on with this button. Now we've got all these new tools across here that come up. They're for drawing image boxes and moving them around, but I think a better way than trying to draw a box and get it precisely centered is to use the montage creator. Here's how it works. Right now you see it's got 3 across and 3 down. Click the create a new montage and we've got 9 image boxes automatically created on our page. So I did that just to show you what the montage creator does. That's how it was intended, to create multi-image pages. I'll right click, reset all, to get back to our blank 8x10 print. Because what we want to do is use the montage creator to add one image box in the center. So I go one across, one down, and I set nice big borders, 1 inch on all 4 sides. Now click Create New Montage, and I rotate the layout, drag our image in, and there you go. And this is what it would look like in her 8x10 frame, which I think is a better look than this or this, don't you? We're used to seeing prints exhibited like this in a gallery or museum. That open white space around the image adds impact. It becomes a design element in itself. We go back into the Rose software. Look what we can do. Select the background layer and fill it with a color, like black gives it a striking look. Or use the sample tool right here to pick a color right from the image. Now at this point, you're going to be tempted to get fancy and add a hairline rule around the image, or add shadows, maybe another box underneath to create an effect like a cut matte. My suggestion, don't do it. Keep it simple. Right now it's clean, a beautiful image setting on a solid color matte. You're done. You can order the print. You can pull some other images into the template you've created for more products. Complications like adding a rule around the image are tedious to get correct, because you see the box doesn't fit the image exactly. And yes, the tools are here to fix it and get it right, but it's tough, because as we adjust boxes, things start to get out of whack, and now you have to try to get it centered again, and it needs to be precise. Close doesn't work. If you miss slightly and there's a little white line somewhere, you've ruined your print. So keep it simple. The image can stand on its own, and it doesn't need that junk. That's it. If you've got an image that you shot too tight and you can't make it fit a certain print size without cropping important elements out, now you know how to use the crop or fit selector, or you can use the pager and montage creator and build prints like these. Full frame images setting inside striking open matte areas. I hope this training session has been a help, maybe given you some ideas, answered a few questions. Check back to our website, because we plan to add more screencasts for other questions that come in.